This is Paranormal Short Session 32 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. Today's date is Wednesday, the 11th of October, 2023. I'm checking out the McCreevy plot. I'll show you their name up close. This is Patrick McCreevy. And there are actually 4 rather large tombstones and a small ball over there. I'll show you the back of them right now. I'm getting low on power because I've been using my thermal imager a lot today. It's really cloudy out, so I'm getting pretty good pictures. I think you'll be able to see at home because I'm just taking a video of the screen of my C5 thermal imager by Flare. All right, that's the back here. We're walking by. Now there is the little ball. It's kind of unique type tombstone. Or marker or whatever you like to call it. I'm pretty sure it says Woodmen of the World. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, if you're doing paranormal research and you find any type of cold spot that kind of dissipates without any reason, or a cold spot or a warm spot that is created and leaves without any reason, like if someone lights a match, then that would be a reason. But if it just happens and the only thing you do is catch it on thermal, it's like a heat signature, whether it's cold or hot. If it's unexplained and you can't give a reason for it, then that just might be paranormal. And when I've used thermal imager in the past, I will get like cold spots. Now, when you see a cold spot, you might think, well, it's on the floor. And you go over to the floor and you touch every area, nothing's cold, but you can still see the cold spot. So that cold spot is some type of electromagnetic energy drawing the heat out of the environment somewhere between the screen of your camera and the floor where you feel that's where it's located. But it can be anywhere between the floor and the screen of your camera. And sometimes these cold areas are so small. On TV, everyone can feel it. They stand around and talk about how they can feel it. Very rarely have I ever felt a cold spot. If it gets unusually cold, it's usually the whole darn room, and then I can feel it. But as far as a spot, I haven't been able to identify any spot with, feeling it to be cold. And a lot of times these spots can be super small, and you can still pick them up if they're large enough to be picked up and not blend in with a background. But like if there was a cold spot right here in front of that tombstone, you wouldn't see it because it might be the same color as the tombstone. It would have to move out towards the fence where I'm looking at a grassy area background for you to be able to see it. So sometimes there are cold spots there. They just blend in with other cold areas. So my Flare C5 camera was saying it was getting low, but I'm going to work with it until it goes completely dead because I'm getting pretty good cameras today. Now we're looking at this tombstone over here, and it's too small for me to read, but I think it also is a McCreevy, and it's a very decorative type tombstone. And as you can see, these three are so wide, they had to put this one in the back. This kind of doesn't do it justice. Now all the backs of these tombstones are pretty much no writing. It's all smooth. The only thing is the ball has that writing that you can see on top. I don't know if it has anything where we can't see. So we just have the smoothness of the back. So we'll go over the backs really good. Yeah, no unexplained cooler areas. There's the little ball. That's pretty cool to get a tombstone made like a ball, and it's honoring woodmen of America. That's the first and only one I've seen like that. So, all right. Let me just ask the McGreevy family, if you all can see where I'm standing, can you all join together and try to make a cold area? Just try to draw the energy out of the environment so people can see a cool area, and do it where I can easily see it, like at a yellow area. If you do it next to your tombstone, it may not become cool enough to blend in, and just blend in with the cool purple bluish tombstones. Now, even for just a couple seconds, just to let the people at home see it. I'm looking and I don't see anything. You might want to save your energy and talk with the obelisk when I get that out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop with the C5 camera, and I'm going to get out the obelisk. We got the little footstones here that I haven't paid much attention to. I don't know if it's a little tombstone or just a footstone. Got one there and one over here. Well, is that a cool area to the upper left? It looks kind of purple. So, I don't know if it's that grassy area there or what. There's a tombstone there. Well, there's a cool area there. It looks like a couple spots that are cooler. See them like purple balls? That just might be paranormal there. See, there's two purple balls. There's one directly to the left of that little footstone or tombstone, and then there's one kind of going off to the top right side, my right side of the tombstone, and leading over to the other shaded area, but it's like a shape of a ball. I don't know, it could be moisture or wet vegetation that might be causing it, but that's usually what a cold spot looks like, and it usually dissipates. Now this is not dissipating, so if it lasts that long, it's probably something that is wet, vegetation that's holding in more moisture. As you can see, it's a cloudy day. I'll do a 360, let you see. I don't think it's rained much, but there might have been a dew point last night that got the ground wet. So I can just tell you that's usually what a cold spot looks like when you find one. But due to the weather and the fact that it might just be some type of moisture, there's some little green plants. A greener plant will be a lot more moist and cooler than, say, a tall yellowish type plant, like grassy plant or leafy plant that's kind of yellowish. The greener ones hold in more moisture. You can tell by the thermal imager. So it's kind of up in the air about that. When I looked before, I was mainly aiming at the tombstones. I wasn't aiming at the grass. So, and this area is a wet tree or a moist tree back there, so don't worry about that. It's not paranormal. Well, I don't know what to think. Try to get the bullseye right on that purple area. There's enough glare that's hard to see. For you to see the letters, I got to come off the purple area, or the, numbers, not letters. The numbers, and there, of course, degrees Fahrenheit is a letter. It's F. So, that may or may not be paranormal, but it's interesting. It might just be the green, really leafy plant that's got moisture on it from last night's dew point. So, All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the thermal imaging for today. Hope everyone enjoyed that. So this purple area is like the one to the left of the little tombstone. That could be that green leafy plant, but that is usually the way a cold spot looks to me when it's paranormal. But usually, if you're indoors and you're honest with yourself and you touch the floor and the floor is not wet, then you know it's not the floor. It's got to be somewhere between the floor and the lens of your thermal imager. In this case, there's a possible reason. The green leafy vegetables, anything, vegetation, trees, green and leafy always show up cooler on the thermal imager. So, all right, I'm going to end the thermal imager for today. And work some with my Obelisk 5B. All right. To the Greavies, I'm going to turn on my Obelisk 5B. It's right here. If you don't want to be part of this video, then don't choose any words. I'm going to be using it on YouTube and also on Instagram and Facebook. So I'll be honest with you and let you know up front. And the Obelisk 5, you can use your energy to choose words. I've never been a spirit before that I can remember, so I'm not sure how you actually do that, but that's the theory behind it. All right, I'm going to turn it on, and before I do, I want to ask you all a question. What did you like best about Apalachicola? And if you could tell me your name, whatever name you like to use. And my name is Keith Evans. I like the seafood in Apalachicola. I got a couple words, see if I can see it. Control, Control, and work, WORK. Is that a number before that? No, it's dust. Control and work. That's pretty cool. Let me get over here where you can see it without having to take my word for it. It's still fairly blurry. Thermal imager comes in really good on cloudy days, but the Obelisk 5, you still get a lot of glare. Maybe turn into the sun and see if it's better. No. I'm out in the open today, but it's cloudy. It's cool and some wind. That's a pretty nice day. So, I'll let you see that it's me. See? Hello, I'm Keith Evans. All right. Control and work. Maybe a ghost or spirit liked the work in this area. Maybe other areas the work didn't pay as good, or what he was doing he didn't like as much, but I am control. Maybe he had more control over the work he did, or the hours, or the pay, or something like that. Or maybe he